churches are in Gila. And a big thank you to Desert Financial, KRIM for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio. Hope you had a great weekend. It was another weekend of beautiful weather, and it is warming up a little bit, but it still feels so nice outside. And it is Monday, so I have to say happy Monday morning to everyone out there. Hope you're having a great Monday morning. Well, in the studio this morning, our guests are author Sherry Engler, and also from the Gila County Library, Madeline Machoto. That's right, Machoto, joining us, and we're going to be talking about the Payson Book Festival. Thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Well, thank you, Chris, for having us, and thank you for recognizing the Payson Book Festival.
It's such a fun event. It's an annual event, I believe. Is this the 4th annual?
8th.
Eighth.
It's the 8th
Oh my
annual.
gosh, what was I thinking? 4th, that's right, because thinking back to the Gila County Community College, or Gila Community College, GCC, and it's starting over there, and wow, that was 8 years ago.
Yes, time has flown by, and we're so fortunate that there are so many great people involved in helping with the Payson Book Festival. Mm-hmm. And this year, of course, they're going to, it's in combination with the Rim Country artist.
Wow.
So there's going to be artwork, there's going to be authors, there's going to be the kids' activities with Madeline, and there's just going to be many vendors there. It's a fun family event. Children of all ages are welcomed, and whether that be 2 or 92, children of all ages are invited.
Yes, you know, it's great to see how it's grown over the years, and adding the Kids Zone was a wonderful addition, and now adding some Rim Country artists, and you know, that group, that will just make the event even better.
Right. And there's so many authors that are going to be present. Payson is such a lucky community to have so many talented authors. But we really need to take time to thank the Rim Country chapter of the Arizona Professional Writers, because they are so instrumental in sponsoring this event. And I can't say enough about Connie Cockrell. Not only is she an author, she has published 20 books herself, but she's very instrumental in helping organize and plan. And just like Carol Baxter, she's the media coordinator. She helped me and Madeline get here this morning. And then we have other authors as well. I know I'm going to be there presenting my books. Currently, I will have Living with Leo, and that's actually about my husband's career, as well as my daughter and my son's career. I'm mother and wife. Of course, my husband has retired. At the time I wrote the book, I was the mother and the wife of 3 Leos, law enforcement officers. And also I will have my children's books available, Daisy Do What Who, and Holden's Magical Blue Marble, Princess Dixie and Princess Alice, and 7 Crazy Hens. And I have just recently published a coloring book. And I hope to have it available there as well. And a funny thing about the coloring book, I was talking with my granddaughter, and she says, Grandma, when you do a coloring book, if you put the colors on the outside, then children feel like they have to follow that and color the inside the same colors. So I have a unique coloring book where I did not color the outside. So children can use their imagination and color the outside and the inside.
There we go. And these books, Sherry and all the other authors, are going to be at the Payson Book Festival. And in the beginning, I didn't say the day, and I need to say what day this is, July 15th. And that's from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Metazel Hotel and Casino. And again, Saturday, July 15th, this is a family-friendly event with a kids zone and a lot of different authors there, some with kids' books, children's books, and just a wide variety of books.
All kinds of, I think if you're into thrillers, you will find an author that has thriller books. There are historical books available, children's books we've covered, romance books, there's probably religious books. I think there's just books of all genres. And the neat thing about this presentation is that the authors come from the state of Arizona. So if you have a particular author that you like that lives in the state of Arizona, well, you can go on the Payson Book Festival website, and you will be able to see if that author will be available on July the 15th. Maybe you could go and visit with them and get an autographed copy. And so it's just a very well-presented forum with the authors. And now this year we're excited about the artists. And of course I know Madeline's excited about the children, the youth activities and the kids zone. So
yeah, and the kids zone, Madeline, can you tell us a little bit about the activities that will be available for children in the kids zone?
Absolutely. So this year, because the Rim Country artists will be joining us, we really wanted to bring art into the mix of how a story is made. Now, I think everyone knows stories are told in not just words, but in pictures, and the art can give or lend so much story to what the words are already talking about. So in the kids' room, we'll be utilizing methods like the Pixar method for writing stories, which is a formulaic, if this happens, it starts with the very, oh gosh, what's the word I'm trying to find? Cliche, one day. So we'll be having fun with that Pixar storytelling method. Then we'll be incorporating story cubes. Now kids will be able to make their own story cubes or have already made ones, but story cubes work kind of like dice. So you roll the dice and a picture comes up. And based on your own imagination, you make up a story on that picture.
Oh, wow.
So we'll be taking that, different kinds of art, different kinds of storytelling, different forms of stories, and making our own stories.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, as an adult, I'm really excited about it. So I hope the kids find the same excitement I do.
Oh, yeah. And usually with children, that's how it works. If the person that is doing the activity with them has a lot of enthusiasm, then the kids, it's easier for them to get into it, and they really get into it. So I think they'll have a great time. It's so nice that there is a kid zone, because adults can bring, or parents can bring children, and they can partake in the activities in the kids zone. The parents can go around and look at some of the books that they might be interested in, and then take their children around and look at the children's books. So I think it works very well when you have a family event like that, and there are activities for the children to participate in.
Absolutely, and I think it's worth mentioning for a child who's interested in reading, who's interested in writing stories, to go to an event and see actual authors with the books in front of them. I think that would be a memory that would stay for a long time, and maybe they themselves become a writer. Even seeing people do it as a hobby, be something that they'll come back to one day.
Now, I seem to remember even. I don't know if this year, but in the past, even children authors, or there's some children that are authors.
Yes, and it's such an inspiring event for youngsters and children, because so many times at my booth, they will come and they will say, someday I want to draw pictures in a book, and someday I want to write words that other people read. And it's very inspiring to see the children, and they're very I think the Payson Book Festival really would like to inspire that interest reading and education and artwork and give the young children and, like I say, youngsters even from 2 to 92 some inspiration to read more and to it's just you can't put a value on the gift of reading. Mm-hmm. It's just a powerful gift to give to anyone. Mm-hmm. So children or adults and I think with the Payson Book Festival, that's one thing. There's just so many different authors from different backgrounds, from different structures that inspire all kinds of unique experiences, and sometimes they embrace their travels, they embrace, like I say, their experiences, they embrace perhaps science fiction, and to hear them recount some of their writings and how they wrote their book is an inspirational source. Mm-hmm.
So with your books,
yes.
I think with Living with
Leo,
Living with Leo,
yes.
And having your husband and children
right.
in law enforcement, I can see where the inspiration came from for right. that. But how about the children's books? What motivated you, or why did you all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden, but get into writing children's books?
Well, it has always been a goal of mine since I was very young to write a children's book and illustrate it. Oh. So I thought I would like to write a book that uses rhyme for the younger children. And so then I wrote Daisy Do, What, Who, and it's rhymed throughout. And it's about a little green caterpillar trying to find out what exactly she is. And she runs into all kinds of animals, and she runs into Leroy the ant, and he tells her, Daisy Do, you're a new, because you're new to me and new to all. You're just green and small. So I wrote that, and then our grandson, Holden, said, Grandma, can you write a book and put me in as the character? Well, looking at Holden's blue eyes, I was like, of course, Holden, Grandma can do that. So thus, Holden's magical blue marble, and he goes up on a mountain and he finds a blue marble, and it's magical. It changes his world, and it makes good things happen. He wishes for good things, and good things happen. Nice. Well, then we have our granddaughters, Dixie and Ella, and they go, Grandma, where's our book? So thus comes Princess Dixie and Princess Ella and 7 Crazy Hens. It is based on a true story because one Easter they brought us these little tiny chicks because Grandma and Grandpa could have chickens at their house. So thus I wrote Princess Dixie and Princess Ella. Now we have our little grandson Lee. So I'm going to have a book in the future with Lee. I'm just trying to figure out which direction to go and what element to place Lee in. That I have to say, children are very inspirational. They say, Grandma, how's their book coming? What illustrations did you do today? And so that's a lot of fun. And but I also illustrated Jeremy's Christmas. It was written by my good friend Carol Matthewson. She also is a local Payson author. And we worked on it together, and I illustrated her children's book for her. Oh, wow. So, yes. And I really enjoy the illustration part. Of course, I have, as Don, my husband, says, I have a very vivid imagination. So.
Oh, that's great. And what a wonderful thing to share with your grandchildren.
Exactly, and it's just a lot of fun. It's been an experience. There are times where you run into challenges such as, perhaps formatting your book for publishing. But I think all of those steps just make the challenges more interesting, and once you accomplish that, you're like, oh yeah,
I can do it.
yes.
Well, and that's another great thing for any aspiring author. Going to the Payson Book Festival, oh my goodness, you have an opportunity to talk with all the different authors, learn from them, ask them questions about the entire experience.
I think just the fellowship, it's kind of a connection time for authors too. They share their experiences. I have been so blessed over the years at the Payson Book Festival because they go, oh, well, if you're having trouble with that, go on this link and it will tell you how to format that, or it will tell you, you know, perhaps how to change your formatting color. And so that's one great thing about the Payson Book Festival is the authors will share. And it's just, they share invaluable tips that they have been there, they've been down in the ditches, as you might say, and they have came on top and conquered some of their obstacles and were able to publish their books.
That's great. Again, the Payson Book Festival, the 8th annual, is July 15th, that's Saturday, July 15th, from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino. And it is a family-friendly event with books and artwork this year from the Rim Country artists and the Kid Zone. And Madeline will be in the Kid Zone now. How many others are going to be working from the Gila County Library or Payson Library in the Kid Zone?
I'd say about a handful. We'll probably have somebody at each table to, help out with the creative process, just be there to make sure that person's story is told.
Nice. And again, a lot of great activities for children at the Payson Book Festival on that Saturday, July 15th, 9 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. And you don't have to be maybe interested in being an author. If you love books and if you want to meet the authors of the books, like you said, authors coming from all over the state, right?
Absolutely. And I think all authors enjoy talking about their publications, their books, their future aspirations. It's just a wonderful time, and it's a wonderful family event. A lot of times authors have, they will give away bookmarks and that sort of thing as an encouragement to future writers. And be that any age of writers, there's one inspiration to me is a lot of people come and they say, I would love to publish my grandfather's story, his legacy, his memoirs, or I would love to write down some of our family history from like the 1600s. And there's all kinds of people there that would be able to help, perhaps direct and which way to go. In fact, Carol Baxter, who's the media coordinator this year, she would help in that probably, and so she would be one to reach out to.
That's right.
We just have such a wealth of authors. Anne Marie Evelyn, she's a local Payson author. I currently write an article every month for Outdoor Southwest, and she does also. She has some wonderful books. She should be there. Then also, we have a local lady. Her name is Kathleen Kelly, and she just recently, she was a nurse here in Payson for many years. And she wrote her book, Voices from the ER, and it's just a wonderful book, newly read. She had it last year at the Payson Book Festival, and it's just a wonderful book, and it's written about her experiences as an ER nurse, and it's very touching. And so we just have quite a variety of people and authors who will be there to perhaps generate interest in reading and education and writing. crafts and art.
I know, again, it's just a great event, and we're going to be doing more interviews with different authors. Let me see, another one on Wednesday, this Wednesday, and then a couple more next week, and to the week of the event. So people, so our listeners and people watching on our KRIM FM Facebook page will get an opportunity to hear from other authors, some artists possibly, and just learn more about the Payson Book Festival. So hopefully get people excited about it. And I know people that have been out to it, they love it. They love going each year. They really look forward to it.
Well, that's great, and we have to see a lot of new faces and a lot of faces we've seen in the past that have came by and purchased books and just received autographs. We've had people say, oh, I bought this book, but I didn't get an autograph, so the authors are very happy to autograph their books. And also this year, I think it's going to be so exciting because of the Rim Country Artists. That's going to be a new venue and I think new activity, and I'm excited about seeing the artwork. And Madeline, I'm excited about seeing your artwork at the end of the day.
Well, I hope you contain that excitement, or at least pretend when you do see it.
And also on the website, PaysonBookFestival.org, you can find out more information about the event. Also, yes, meet the authors. I thought there was a link on there, but you can also read about all the authors that are going to be present, learn more about them, and there's links to their websites as well if they have a website. So you get an opportunity to virtually, I guess, meet the authors before you go to the book festival.
Yes, and a lot of times the website will give very valuable tips about what the author's likes are, or how they came about writing their books, or if they have, it usually lists most of the author's work. So maybe you have a favorite author and they wrote a new book and you didn't know they wrote a new book. So if you go on that link to meet the author, it may show that new book, and you may want to attend and purchase it and go see that local author and or the Arizona author and talk to them about their new publication. So
there we go. So that is, the website is PaysonBookFestival.org.
yes.
Is the website. Also has a schedule of events on there. And if you're an author that did not know about the Payson Book Festival, next year, if you'd like to register, you can also get that information on the website as well. And let's see, Kids Zone activities, it has a complete list. Puppet show with Miss Susie, on-demand story time, The Incredible Book Eating Boy.
It's a fantastic book. I'm excited to read it to the kids.
Yes, wow, it sounds pretty exciting. The Incredible Book Eating Boy, that sounds funny. We're in a book. Llama loves to read. The art of storytelling happens throughout the day. Write your own story, like you were saying, the different ways children can do that. So a lot of great activities for kids. And the Kids Zone, it looks like puppet show starts at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m.
10 and 11, yes.
10 and 11. And then the story times go from 9 until 2 p.m. So
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 story times with Miss Susie. Very, very creative, engaging presenter. And then throughout the day, we're going to be doing on-demand story times. And what that means is kids can come in with their friends or their families. They can just walk in and be like, hey, librarian lady, read me a story. I very much hope they ask me to read the We're in a Book by Mo Williams. It is a fantastic book. Mo Williams was originally a comedian, actually really good friends with Robin Williams. So it's one I like to read to families because sometimes the parents get a chuckle as well.
Oh yeah, I could imagine parents or adults enjoying that too. probably as much as he's enjoying that bowl down there. Goodness. So again, the Payson Book Festival, July 15th, Saturday, July 15th, from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And that's at the Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino in the ballroom there, in that large ballroom. And I think the artists are going to be back in the old fireside room. So, and then the kids zone in the Maple Room. So something for everyone at the 8th Annual Payson Book Festival. So anything else you would like to add, Sherry?
Well, I just would like to add a big thank you to all the people who really work hard to make this successful. They have worked so hard for, this will be the 8th year that they have just really donated many hours of their time, and it's just so great that there's so many people behind the scenes that are working so hard to help authors feel comfortable. If you need something, just you go and find one and they will help you. They're volunteers, and they are just wonderful. Again, we thank the Arizona Professional Writers Association, and I would like to invite everyone to come out and have a great day. Bring your family, bring your laughter and your smiles, and bring your creative side and work with Madeline in the Kids Zone. And I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of fun, laughter, and activities there, and to see the artist as well.
Oh yes, and it's so true. Want to piggyback on what you said as far as thanking everyone involved in putting this together. A lot of times people don't realize everything that is required and all that it takes to put on an event. You can show up and enjoy the event and just think, wow, that was very nice, and oh goodness, look at that little event, and not realize just all of the planning, the preparation, everything that goes into the coordination of the event.
And we would also like to thank the Mademoiselle Hotel and Casino for letting us use their venue again this year. It's always such a nice place to have so many authors and artists and activities. They have places for the activities, and it's a spatial place for the authors to have lots of room to showcase their work. So it's just a wonderful event. We just want to invite everyone to come and have lots of fun with us and enjoy meeting authors and artists, and so it should be a great day.
There we go. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming on this morning.
Well, thank you for having us.
You are so welcome. And it's time to get back to the music here, and we're going to hear from a few different artists. Yes, Jimmy Buffett, Fabulous Thunderbirds, and more. So thank you for tuning in this morning and also watching, and hope you have a great Monday. There we go. Turn that off right there, the microphone. All right, there we go. Oh my goodness, so you, buddy, you are just so much energy. What is your deal? When I'm here by myself, he lays down, he just chews on his little thing over there. And but then there's some programs where it's like, I want attention. He'll always lay in the cables. So you sometimes see the cable moving, and I have to grab it. I'm like, oh my gosh, buddy, you.
Now, does Jack like water bottles? Because Lou loves water bottles, and he runs through the house with an empty water bottle, and it sounds literally like an earthquake, because it's like boom, boom, and he's like crunching it, and oh wow.
But he does, and I am. Look at this. Is what I didn't get to him fast enough.
Oh, he's fine. That's fine. Oh, don't worry about it.
I was looking over and I'm like, what is he doing over there? And yeah, he had your back.
Well, that's fine. No
Like,
worries.
Pulling him.
Trust me, we have all kinds of
Well, and
things like that happen in our house.
he
so.
likes water bottles, but he likes, it's almost like, well, it's like a toddler. Because he'll be playing with water bottles, but then he sees something else. Oh, and now he has to have that. Like, this is the first time we've had this for a few months now, and he's never, you've never chewed on this, but then this morning, all of a sudden, you think, oh, I'm gonna chew on this.
Smell different was the enemy.
But then, yeah, but we have this one, he really likes, and with the two dogs, I have to buy everything in pairs because I'll bring him home something and then Jin's like, hey, I want that. Where's mine? So he starts chewing on it then. And with your dog, it's probably the same. I know with Jin, things that, like this, he would have ripped it apart.
Oh, yeah.
Where I'll give him a bone, like a steak bone or something. This guy, I'll chew on it a little bit. But then Jin gets one, in 5 minutes it's gone.
Yeah, no, Blue would have had that torn up into little green pieces by now, chewing. And I worry about that. I tell Don all the time, I go, why if he swallows the plastic? And Don goes, well, hopefully he won't. But, I mean, you can't, get it quick enough to get all the plastic from him, so.
Yeah, how old is he?
He's almost 2.
He's almost 2.
But he seems like he still has a lot of puppy. And but I gotta say he's one of the best dogs we've ever had. He seems very intelligent, and you can just talk to him, and he looks at you like he understands everything you're saying. I don't know if he does, but he looks at you that way. So.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, our guy, he does give you nice loving looks, and he's pretty smart with commands, but he with us, but we can't take him out. It's very, very hard to take him anywhere because he's very friendly, but he is overly friendly to where he just wants to.
Does he try to jump up on?
Yeah. He tries to jump up and then he whines and it will make noises and it's like, buddy, calm down. You don't have to, get attention from everyone. Other dogs. He wants to see other dogs. He was raised by an older gentleman who passed away from cancer when he was a couple years old, and he didn't socialize at all. He didn't get him out, he didn't get him around people, so he just doesn't know how to act around other people. Once he gets used to people, like with our children, they come over, our friends, they come over, and he's used to them, but when he's meeting someone for the first time, he just...
With Blue, we noticed, he'll let a total stranger pet him on the head sometimes.